Once upon a time, in a land far away, there once was a small village nestled between tall mountains. The village was small, but its people were strong, and its houses were built to withstand even the harshest winters. Outside the village, along the banks of a clear river, grew a forest of bamboo. These were no ordinary plants. They grew tall and strong, their slender bodies reaching for the sun. In this village lived a young boy named Kato. Unlike the other children, Kato wasn't particularly strong or brave. In fact, he often felt weak and unsure of himself. He looked up to the mighty oak trees on the hillside. Their thick, gnarled branches seemed to touch the sky. They stood proud and tall, unwavering in the face of the wind and the rain. "I wish I could be like the oak trees," he often sighed, strong and unshakable. One summer, a terrible storm swept through the valley. Dark clouds rolled in, blotting out the sun. The wind picked up, howling through the trees. The rain poured down in torrents, and the usually calm river turned into a raging torrent. Fearful villagers huddled inside their homes as the storm raged on. Kato's house was sturdy, but he couldn't help but worry. He watched from the window as the wind and rain battered the trees. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning split the sky, followed by a deafening crash of thunder. Kato's heart pounded in his chest. He hugged his knees to his chest, wishing he could disappear. The next morning, when the storm had finally passed, Kato rushed outside. To his shock, the mighty oaks that he had admired so much were torn apart. Their thick trunks lay on the ground, broken and shattered. But down by the river, the bamboo forest stood tall and intact. He noticed that during the storm, the bamboo stalks had bent low, almost touching the ground, but they had survived. Confused, he went to the village elder, an old woman who was known for her wisdom and strength. "Why did the strong oaks fall, but the bamboo still stand?" he asked. The old woman smiled, her eyes twinkling with wisdom. "The oak tried to resist the storm, and so it was broken. But the bamboo bent. It yielded, it swayed, and because it did not fight against the wind, it survived." These words echoed in Kato's heart as he grew older. Life wasn't always easy, and he faced many challenges along the way. There were times when he failed, when his dreams seemed to crumble like the oaks in the storm. But he remembered the lesson he had learned by the river. True strength, he realized, wasn't about being unbreakable. It was about bending when things got tough, swaying and yielding until the storm passed. And then, when the time was right, standing back up tall and unbroken. Years passed, and Kato became a man. He started a family of his own and had children of his own to guide. One night, another great storm struck the valley. The wind screamed and the rain poured. Kato's children huddled close to him, their eyes wide with fear. "What if our house falls?" one of them whispered, trembling. Kato looked at his children, then at the dark sky. "Don't be afraid," he said, his voice firm but gentle. "Our house may shake a little, but it's strong. We will be fine." Throughout the night, the wind raged, but Kato's house stood firm. And when the first rays of sunlight peeked through the clouds the next morning, he knew that they had weathered the storm. As the years went by, the villagers never forgot Kato's wisdom. Whenever a problem threatened to break them, they remembered the story of the bamboo. They learned to bend, to yield, and to sway until the hard times passed. And because of this, their village remained strong, their spirits unbroken. And that, dear listener, is the tale of how the mightiest of oaks can sometimes fall, while the humblest of bamboo can endure the wildest of storms. For true strength, my friends, lies not in resisting life's challenges, but in understanding when to bend without breaking.